Pacific Island versus Pacific Island. That is the way that these two sides will be starting their Hong Kong Sevens campaign. Pool D is looking absolutely stacked. And the fact that Argentina are also present in this pool means that every game is crucial. But throughout this video, we will be doing our preview for the upcoming game between Fiji and Samoa. It will be kicking off at 8:28 p.m. tonight, New Zealand time, and should be a very entertaining game. But jumping straight into it. Now, looking at the squads, both sides have made a few changes since the last leg, which did take place in Vancouver only about a month ago. For the Fijians, they have lost Jerry Tuwai, Joshua Vakunarabili, just to name a couple. For the Samoans, they have lost a big name in Milani Matavao, which is intriguing because he is normally the second kicking option for the Samoans. So I wonder who will take the reins for that role. But looking through at previous fixtures, they have none of Hong Kong, of course. So we base it off what happened in the last league, Vancouver. For the Samoans, they actually finished 9th in the overall standings of that Sevens League. They were able to beat Kenya 35 points to 17 in that 9th place final, but they will certainly want to go a lot further now. In the pools, they were defeated by New Zealand. They were also defeated in an upset by the USA 14 points to 12. So they would have been disappointed with that, as they did need at least one of those wins to be able to advance. And I should mention that was also the leg that we did see Spain throw away their victory over the USA by taking too long for a kick, which then led to that game being drawn rather than won, which actually stopped Samoa from making their way through. Looking through at what Fiji have done recently, they were able to get themselves 6th in Vancouver. They lost their 5th place final up against the USA 24 points to 19. So one thing these two sides have in common, they actually both lost to the US and the Vancouver Sevens. But Fiji also defeated by Argentina in the quarterfinals, 19 points to 14. And then their other loss was up against Uruguay, which they did end up losing 17 points to 14. A feat that no one thought would actually happen. The Uruguay side, they had different plans, were able to take down Fiji. So you'd say overall, with a side finishing 6th and a side finishing 9th, both of these teams, they see room for improvement. We've seen them a lot higher in the rankings in the past as well. So I believe this Sevens League, one of these two sides is going to make it very far. Looking through now at key players for these two sides. For this matchup in particular, Manueli Mai-Samoa, definitely one for the Fijians. Just with that skill that he does have, has the ability to break the line. And alongside him, I'm going to say Filippo Bucayaro. Plenty of pace there, and I feel like speed is the way to beat the Samoan side. If there was a way for Fiji to win it, it is to just keep that ball rolling, try and stop the Samoans from getting possession. Because when Samoa don't have the ball, it's normally Va'a Pilomaliko who has to go in, try and get the turnover. But he seems to be the only one. So that is why if Fiji can keep that ball rolling, keep it moving around, and stop that opportunity at the breakdown for a turnover, they may find themselves with a lot more possession in this matchup. Then for the Samoans, I mentioned him already, Va'a Pilomaliko. If he can get that turnover right, and Fiji aren't playing that fast-paced rugby, getting the ball out of the breakdown efficiently, he's going to be able to get maybe 1 or 2 steals, and that could be the massive turning point for the Samoans when it comes to their attack. So that is something to look out for throughout this matchup. Also, another talented player, definitely going to be Paul Scanlon and Paul Eti-Slater, the two Pauls. The reason I say that is one of them is going to be taking the kicks. So as long as he is getting a majority of them over, that will help the Samoans build up those extra points, as we have seen a lot of close games in the Sevens recently. Just shows every kick is very important. And the other Paul, a lot of skill there. Normally actually links up very well with the other Paul. The two Pauls seem to be on the same wavelength. Almost, you could say, what's a good pun? Two Pauls in a pod? Not really. No, that's pretty bad. Paul puns. I'm going to have to look up a Paul pun. The work that these two do together normally isn't too appalling. I need to leave the house more. So if Samoa's chemistry is working well while they're out on the park, they should have a real decent crack in this match. Like I mentioned, history books wise, Fiji normally do get the better of this encounter. I believe the last 14 times this match has happened, or something ridiculous like that, the Fijians have been victorious. So going to be hard to bet against them, which is where we transition into our predictions for this matchup. Now, as you guys know, when I back Samoa to win, they lose. When I back Samoa to lose, they win. It's actually incredible how many times that has happened over the last 3 or 4 legs of the Sevens. But in this game, if I was going to pick a side that I believe will end up winning this game, I'm going to have to go with Fiji. They normally start the Sevens competition just a little bit smoother. They've got a few new names in there, so that could cost them a bit. But I believe this will be a close encounter. Fiji winning it 19 points to 14. That is the prediction. Bet your Samoa will win now that I've said that. But we'll see how it goes. Do let me know who you think will be winning this match in the comments down below. We will be doing the live commentary for the match as well on the channel. So be sure to tune in for that. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go leave the house. I will see you all in the next one.